Yes, people, welcome back to another show. Welcome to the first episode of the Pitch podcast. Welcome you all to this new podcast that we're now doing on the show. Try and do this maybe once a week, maybe even 2 episodes a week. We'll wait and see. Joined by 4 of us today. Normally there is Marlon as well, and Marlon can't make it, unfortunately, but we have 4 of the main hosts on the pitch here today. Going to talk all random topics. Going to talk City versus the Premier League. Going to talk about VAR as well. Has now been voted for to stay in the Premier League for next season. Only one team has gone against it. We'll also talk about England as well. First time in 100 years, Spurs don't have a player coming to England as part of their squad. And some other bits and pieces with Chelsea and Arsenal. Big up to everyone who was locked in. Do smash the likes, do subscribe, and present my other co-hosts on here today. Mahri, how you doing, bro? And yeah, it's a bit mad for Tottenham at the moment as well.
Yeah. I'm doing good. Just want to give a little big up to Team USA, who pulled the biggest upset. I know a little bit about cricket, but United States beat Pakistan T20s in their World Cup. That is like saying Faroe Islands beats France in the World Cup. That's a big upset. Big upset. So big up to USA. Go USA. So I'm feeling good.
Big up to yourself, Mahri. A nice one. And also, I still wanted to go on still.
Can I have to jump on that, right?
Go on.
So,
We suck in cricket.
No. It's so random. So, I was at the airport today, Heathrow, and I've got a friend who lives nearby, so I went to his house. They're an Indian family, and his dad was watching the cricket, and it was Pakistan USA. They're a big cricket family. I love their cricket, so I know exactly what Mari's talking about. But what he's not telling you, all the USA players originally are from India, Pakistan. I didn't see one white guy playing for USA. Bro.
Hey, we got it. Hey, we got it covered. Hey, we got it.
There wasn't one.
We got
one Greg. There wasn't one David. None.
Hey,
The whole team.
any way possible, man. We take it any way possible.
Oh, dear. Wow. Still, yeah, part of that, how are you doing, mate? You all right? You all good?
Yeah, I'm good, man. I'm good. We're all good. Just waiting for this Euros to start so we can start watching some football again. I need to see some football, and we're just not too long now. Not too long.
Yeah, only till what, next Friday? So just over a week. And finally, last but not least, Ashmatic. How you doing, bro? You all good?
Yeah, brother, I'm blessed, man. I just seen something real quick. Ooh, Chelsea have signed Totti at the bio.
Oh yeah, free agent, isn't he?
June 2028. It's done. Fabrizio Romano.
Another centre back, another defender, man.
Yeah, they've got to sell some of them, surely. Sure, they've got to sell.
They're gonna sell their academy boy, innit? Chalaba,
yeah.
So
Maybe decisive.
and someone's gonna buy him. I'm not gonna say anything, but yeah, let's leave it at that. But yeah, man, I'm blessed, man. I'm good. The Pitch podcast, first episode. We're gonna talk football. It's gonna be interesting. I want to get straight into it, man. Let's do this, bro.
100%. Let's get into it. Let's talk about the first topic, and it's probably one of the biggest things going on at the moment in the Premier League at the moment. That is Man City's 115 charges now coming out, and they're now actually wanting to sue the Premier League, which I find crazy. So commit the charges yourself, but you're now actually suing the people that are going against you, the league that you play in. Just might as well, let's go ahead and just change the layout here. There we go. And listen, it's interesting. I do actually have, if I quickly pop it up here, something from the Independent, which actually explains it all. Don't want to really read it all because I don't want to be too boring. But for people that maybe aren't really understanding what's going on at the moment. So just read the top bit here. The Man City are suing the Premier League in the latest bizarre twist of a bitter battle at the summit of English football. It's an extraordinary situation for the world's most successful league as one of its own clubs, the champions no less, take it to court. yeah, it's interesting. So City's lawyers claim the Premier League's rules around the sponsorship agreements, which is one of the things they're getting done for, are incompatible with UK competition law. City's gripe is with a specific set of the Premier League regulations called APT. These are the rules which restrict an owner's ability to arrange a large sponsorship agreements between the club they run, the companies they own or are associated with. So pretty much, the owners haven't been really going by the rules. The Premier League want to pretty much, I think, serve them their charges for what they've done, and City don't agree with it, and they want to go against it. And not just them, other clubs like Arsenal, Tottenham, I believe Villa as well, are all putting stuff against them. So they're not backing them in this. I think Man United as well are involved in it, and other clubs as well in the Premier League. So other teams there are some teams I think actually going backing City for this, but a good chunk of the top 6 teams aren't wanting to back them or, somewhat support them in this situation. So Mahri, what are your thoughts on this? City wanting to now sue the Premier League for something that they committed in the first place. I think it's, well, I don't know. What do you think, man? What do you think about this whole thing?
Well, I find it funny and ironic that City wants to fight the power. It's the cartel suing the cartel. It is. I think it's shameless, but I can't blame them. They know that they're in serious trouble with the 115 charges, and so I say it's smart because now they're like, okay, we're gonna sue these guys, prolong this process. Let alone now, the EPL now has to spend more money in regards to now, defending this shameless charge. So it's just all a joke. But I'm gonna be honest with you. There's a little part of me feels that City might just get out with a slap on the wrist because they're fighting tooth and nail. Rest in peace, Johnny Cochran, who's a major lawyer in the United States. He's the one who got OJ out. But Man City got these $1 million lawyers who are fighting tooth and nail and looking for any technicality to get out scot-free. And so, for me, to be honest, I think City, what they did here was very smart. And I think I'm 50-50, but I think that they can get away with it. Now, what they're being charged of, this is really, really important. We already know that there's the haves and have-nots of football. And we need to curtail this, right? Hopefully on this channel, I actually want to do a show later on about the football quotas because I think teams like Real Madrid are taking full benefit of it, and I think it's ruining the Champions League, but that's another subject. But I think now the football I'm seeing is really upsetting because of just the money that's being involved. And so for me, I want punishments handed down to them. You mentioned the clubs who are backing bringing Man City down. Of course, Tottenham will be there. Daniel Levy, aka No Ambition, will definitely want to bring down Man City, and so it's I think City's they'll get their punishment, but this was laughable but smart.
Ash, do you think this is the right thing that they're challenging the fact that City going to go against what the Premier League have said? They're actually going to take their lawyers, and from what I've seen, they've got the best lawyers probably in sport. So, do you actually reckon that they're going to get given these charges, press these charges, that they're going to possibly get massive points deductions in the next season, or whether that's taking trophies off them? Do you think they're actually going to get their charges? Do you think they might even win if they're going to go against what the Premier League are?
I think City are going to beat this. Personally, I think City are going to beat this. I think this is so political, we don't even realize how deep it is. I feel like this is West meets the Middle East. That's how, and I think the Premier League is the West, right? And I don't want to say that because I don't want the show to get shut down on the first episode.
Yeah, please try.
I feel like Etihad is like almost like the Palestine. You see what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
I feel like the Premier League might have blood in their hands. They might have blood in their hands, and they might be corrupted themselves. You see what I'm saying? So these lawyers, they're no mugs. Now, am I saying Man City are right? No, I'm not. I'm not saying Man City are right. I just feel like they're like the Thanos. Do you know what I'm saying? I feel like they're the ultimate bad guy of this Premier League situation. And I feel like Aston Villa now, they got them on side. They've got Newcastle joining them, kind of backing them secretly. They're not fully backing them, but they're kind of backing them as well. Chelsea, obviously, you saw how quickly the government stepped in for Chelsea when it was about Russia. But when it comes to Saudi, sorry, not Saudi. Oops. But when it comes to the what's it called? Abu Dhabi, right? It's you know what I'm saying? They're not jumping in.
Yeah.
Like, fuck it. When it comes to Saudi, Newcastle, they're not jumping in either. I know Newcastle.
And that's actually quite funny. Even the owners of Newcastle don't want to get involved in this, I don't think. They don't even want to back City, and they've got the same owners from the same region as well. So what does that say?
It's a bit messy, it's a bit mucky. It's like, I don't know, like it's an interesting one. I'm here trying to look at both sides because it's dodgy that City, obviously, 115 cases, sorry, and they're not being like open, say, look, we're legit, come look at our cases. Do you know what I'm saying? Our sponsorships, what they're being accused of is using taking money from one source and then put it into like one of their sponsorship deals and then using that to fund like their sales. No, not their sales, their transfer business, right? Is that right?
Yep.
So if you're legit, brother, come look at my, like, I pay my taxes. Like, I haven't done anything wrong. I pay all my income tax. Come look, you know, I've got nothing to hide, but they're stalling. Like, what's going on here? Do you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I'm going to play devil's advocate and say, what if they're being advised not to? Like, I don't know, innit? It's like, what are the cases? Like Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson, obviously, he got accused of Neverland with the kids and whatnot.
Yeah.
But at the same time, he was advised to kind of settle, to do the settlement. Do you know what I mean? Now he's dead. Later on, years later on, the kids are coming out, the parents are coming out saying, oh, yeah, you know, we were told to do this against Michael. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Yeah. So I wouldn't mind a live court case for this. You know, like a big OJ case.
Yeah, like the whole Johnny Depp thing as well. Johnny Depp thing as well, yeah.
Put it on, like, I would watch that. Everyone, all the Premier Leagues are watching it and just have some boxing commentators, like, you know, just talking on it, like, oh, yeah, here we have Man City coming up, they're pulling up. Do you know what I'm trying to say? It should be a massive trial, $20 or £20, you know what I'm saying? You pay it 20 euros and you watch that pay-per-view, because I think this is a fascinating case. But if City somehow beat this, man, I'm saying, like, Premier League, their reputation is in the
it's on the line, yeah. It's on the line. Because,
I'm telling you, bro, you
never know. You never know. City could release information about not just the Premier League, maybe other clubs that hasn't been released. You never know.
Connor, before you move on to Stel, yeah, I think Arteta is a snitch.
Really, yeah? You think Arteta's a snitch? You think Arteta's a
brother? He was working for the man them. Come on, he released the court information. All of a sudden, they're on trouble. The lost tapes, you know. How did they get it? Come on, man. He's got the X-Files. Come on, bro.
He could do. Arteta could be a part of it. He could. That's actually quite true. That could actually be a
no shade on. Actually, yeah, shade on Arsenal still.
Of course, you're going to shade on Arsenal. Look at the support, man. Look at the support, man. Do you know what? That could be.
People at 100, I think. But I think
that's the most.
I think that was the one time, like the Bloods and Crips, where they just came, they did that. They all linked up. They said, listen, we've got one common enemy, yeah? We just need to get these men them out. We need to get them out, yeah? City, they're Thanos. We're trying to do up like Avengers, a link up.
Avengers, yeah. Iron Man. We lose the first time, but we win the next time. Losing the first movie, win the second one.
That could be a League Cup for Spurs. I don't know. I'm just saying, if they get relegated,
it could be a title for us. Could be a title for us. There you go. We're all winners, aren't we?
Kind of.
Kind of. Oh, okay. All right. Okay. Cool.
Kind of. You know,
the
great or good.
Big up to Ash. Stel, what's your thoughts on this, man? Obviously, it says here, According to Daily Mail, between 10 to 12 clubs have provided information in support of the Premier League and the APT rules. And according to that, with some of them, it's United, Arsenal, Fulham, Wolves, Brighton, and your favourite club, Tottenham. What's your thoughts on this, though? Do you think City are going to win it? Maybe talk a bit about Tottenham. Do you expect Tottenham to back the Premier League for this one, not Man City? I mean, Levy, I should probably say. What are your thoughts on it, mate?
Levy will back Levy. Whatever suits Levy, that's where he'll go, right? If Man City send a WhatsApp to Daniel and say, "Hey, Daddy boy, how's £50 million in your bank account? How's that looking? Yeah, all right, we got your back." That's how he operates. So
that is true.
Sorry to interrupt. Can I quickly say, I don't know a lot about. Obviously, I'm not as Tottenham as obviously you guys are, thank God. But I watched that All or Nothing, and he seems like a really nice guy. Is that a persona? Is that just he is nice, but he's just shit? Okay, maybe not. Maybe he's not a nice guy. I don't know. But when he was with Reno, he seemed like
Hey, focus, bro. How did we get?
Okay, cool.
Yeah, Levy a nice guy.
I was about to say, did you not see do you know who's on this show?
I know.
Read the room.
You just offended all three of us. You just offended all three of us.
Hey, Mahri, take over.
No, forget I said that. Let's move on.
Go Campbell is
I should go on Tottenham away and say that. And look at
you need to go back and watch the Danny Rose bit and tell me how nice.
That's true.
But look, jokes aside about Daniel doing whatever Daniel wants and all that business. But for me, there's two things I would say about this. The first one is coming from a person that gets accused of everything, right? Yeah. I know what it's like when you're accused of things, but it has to be trialed. It has to be proven, okay? Just because you're charged, just because your accusations are thrown at you, you could be guilty, you could be not guilty. Some might be right, some might be wrong, okay? So we're doing what we always do. We're judging by Twitter, right? This is what's going on Twitter. That's the judge. That's the jury. That's it. We can't do that. But people wouldn't accuse you or accuse anyone unless there's a motive or an agenda. So this could be legit. This could be because they just don't know how else to stop Man City. This could be all the other clubs rallying the Premier League. Listen, you've got to do something. You've got to do something. We'll back you if you do it. We don't know. Everyone deserves a fair hearing and everyone deserves a fair trial. So until they're proven guilty, then for me, I'm not even interested in this story. The other thing I'll say is this, and I know a thing or two about the FA, having dealt with them for 12 years. All of these Premier League clubs, they have to agree to the constitution of the league, right? They have to agree to the constitution as written by the FA, UEFA, FIFA. That constitution gets amended each year unless you have an SGM, a special general meeting, where all the clubs' emergency meeting, for example, COVID, we need to change the constitution because this is a significant or mitigating circumstance. So the rules are the rules. All the clubs agree to them before the season starts. So for Man City to come out now and say the rules are unfair, they're not in line with UK law. It's like, hold on. You sanctioned these rules at the AGM. You would have had an opportunity to agree to the rules. However, what I think's happened here is their lawyers have said, look, you've agreed to these rules, you've accepted the rules, but what if the rules weren't actually legal and you've all agreed to it, not knowing that there's an illegal situation going on here? Their lawyers are being clever. They're trying to find an angle where they can say, oh, this is discriminatory, or oh, this isn't in accordance with other laws that other businesses have to follow. Now, if that goes to court, which it will, because they're suing them, when you sue someone, this is going to court, unless they settle out of court, which I doubt. And if the Premier League do settle out of court, City's won.
Yeah. That's what P. Diddy did, man. He settled outside of court. Cassie. Sorry.
Yeah, now look at him. Right? You know?
Yeah. Now look at him. Yeah.
By the way, can I say the Netflix
He's busy.
Netflix show on him is amazing, man. Did he do it? That is the nuts.
Did
he do it?
Watch it. I need to watch it. I haven't seen it yet.
Right. But look, so the two things I'll say just to wrap it up, because I want to keep it short and sweet. No one can accuse Man City of anything until they're proven guilty. And as it stands, they haven't been proven guilty of anything. So we need to let the process play out. The other thing is that City are playing this card because their lawyers have instructed them, this is the angle we're going to go against. Let's mud the waters, because whilst this over here, everyone's waiting to see about these 115 charges. Let's start mudding the waters here. Deflection, diversion. Let's stir it up here. And if we beat them here, it kind of makes this case look pretty bad, because look what they did here. And that's what they're doing. They're trying to find a way to get through it. And you know what? There might actually be a situation where the law of the land actually says, yeah, the rules that you're forcing on your club that they're agreeing to is actually wrong. And that's often how rules change. Like with the FA, a lot of rules change because an event happens, and to stop that happening again, let's change the rules. Yeah. So City are just playing a very smart game. That's what's happening here. And until they're proven guilty, I would love them to be guilty. I would love for them to stop this kind of wild, crazy investment, just a club out of nowhere just suddenly becoming a juggernaut when a lot of other clubs have had to do it the hard way. You know, as much as I hate Arsenal, respect, they've done it the right way. As much as I hate Man United, respect, they've kind of done it the right way. And Liverpool. Chelsea haven't done it the right way. Chelsea haven't done it the right way. Villa, yeah.
I was waiting for you to say that. I was waiting for you to say Chelsea. It's true.
Chelsea and PSG started this. Man City just jumped on board. An owner said, yeah, we'll have some of that. So I hope they're found guilty, because I think the game needs to be back on a level playing field, because it is just stupid. But at the same time, we can't just accuse people of stuff until they're proven guilty, right?
Yeah, no, 100%.
Do you think City could leave the league? Like if they said, like, right, you know what, we're not happy with these rules. We're just, you know what, we're just pissing off. And Chelsea were like, yeah, you know what, we're going as well. And then all of a sudden,
I think they'll buy the league.
Huh? Say again?
They'll buy the league.
Yeah, they'll probably buy the league. Yeah, they'll buy the league.
You're right.
Yeah, it'll be the Man City league.
Listen, many leagues in football, from grassroots to non-league to semi-pro, a lot of leagues split away because at the higher level, clubs, board members disagree, and they say, well, we'll just pull away and do our own thing. Yeah, Ash, never say never. When money's involved.
What if another spanner? What if they actually are found guilty of the 115 charges? They lose this case.
They have to throw the book at them.
But then I'm saying, man like Mourinho and all them other coaches that could have won trophies, that Mourinho could say, look, I wouldn't have been sacked because I would have won a trophy. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like that would be another, like, you know, like you owe me money now because listen, I would have kept my job. I would have got another bonus. I would have got this amount of millions, etc., etc. So he would have to prove he was sacked for coming second. He'd have to prove that, and that's hard to prove. But I see what you're saying. Like Spurs, for example, we could say, hold on a minute, we want our Carabao Cup. We're suing.
Yeah. So would that deter every trophy they've won over the past how many years?
That's what I'm saying. They would have to get every trophy.
The people who finished second lost to them.
Well, the tricky thing is the 150 charges actually goes up to the first year of Pep, because it does it. Now the benefits of those, their doings, you're seeing it now, but it stopped in the first year of Pep. So it's a bit tricky because, okay, yes, they stop, but the benefits or the ramifications of what's happening right now with them, the success stems from that period. If you understand what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Mahri,
I agree.
Mahri, the other problem you've got with this is that I'll just use Spurs as an example because I'm a Spurs fan and I can relate to it. If we say, right, Man City, you've been found guilty, we're taking the Carabao Cup away from you from 2019. Spurs, we're handing it to you. The problem with that is whoever knocked out Man City in the semis, they can say, whoa. We were denied playing Spurs in the final. No, you can't give it to Spurs. Yeah. We need to play the final. and you're going to have this situation for the league title. Teams that maybe lost twice to Man City in the season that you came second, they'll say, "Hold on, we would have been in the title race if we never lost those two." So I don't think you can strip the trophies away from them because it just gets very, very messy.
Yeah.
Or you take it away from them, but you give it to nobody.
Honestly, like Juventus, when they had to give up a couple of their series.
That was match fixing. So
that's slightly different. But still, people know they won the league that year. Like, I mean, you strip City. Let's say you strip City 4 of their titles, but in the back of your mind, you know, City they were the champions this year. So
yeah, that's another thing, Mahri. That's another thing. Like, say for example, say it happens, Arsenal get 2 Premier League titles from it because of this season and last season. As much as I would be like, yeah, cool, we got titles, but it's like, but we didn't win it. It'd feel weird to take, even though I wouldn't obviously say no to it. It's a Premier League title, it's a free Premier League title, but it would feel weird for accepting something.
Like taking up
no disrespect. Listen, I know you guys haven't won.
You've been given the
exactly. And you know, celebration. You guys haven't won anything for
imagine having a parade like afterwards.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
we got this trophy.
Let's get the old game back together. Like, we've got the old boys back as well.
Yeah, I don't know. It feels weird.
And then call back. Whoever played that.
Aurier and Doherty, like, hey, listen, you got a trophy.
Come back, yeah, we can shoot back.
Eric Dyer. We need you back.
But listen, I think it's a lose-lose.
Harry, you won a trophy. Harry, you did it.
I think it's a lose-lose for City because even if they were to bust case, I still think people are thinking that they don't believe it. They think, oh yeah, they bought it, they never won. They had the best lawyers. That's the reason why, unless there's like substantial evidence to say they didn't do it, and they actually look at all the charges against them and they've been proven and found 100% not guilty. I think no matter what happens, they've got this kind of dark cloud above their head, and people are going to look at it if they lose, they're shambles. Their fans obviously disown Man City and the owners. They go hate the owners, whatever. But if they win, I think the rest of the league still thinks they're cheaters. I think it doesn't matter what happens right now. I think there's mud on their name no matter what. I think that's why they're suing them for character defamation. Do you know what I mean? Because it's just put.
Yeah, I think you've also got to say, like, I do want to also say, by a side, the money side of things, Pep still built that squad. Like, it wasn't just handed to him on a plate. He started to find the players, scout the players. Some of the players that are now the best in the league. He did bring them in, and he made them better than what they were. So you can't put that aside. But at the end of the day,
even the structure before he got there, because they needed what's his name, Tiki Taka, whatever his name is, the guy from Barcelona. They recruited him, and he's the one that kind of he was the one to get Pep. Do you know what I'm saying? So the structure had to be built there before all of the players even came in, before they recruit the manager. Because I heard that Chelsea or. I think Chelsea tried to get Pep at one point, or Man United tried to get Pep at one point, and he was refused. But because the structure wasn't in place, they weren't able to get Pep. So you got to take that into consideration as well.
Yeah, no, 100%. And listen, listen, we'll see what goes down. I thought this will be going on for a while. This won't be something that will be solved up before the new season starts. I think this could be possibly going to the end of the year. Stuff like this takes
forever. The court case is the 10th of the whole, like, what City are trying to sue the Premier League, the 10th of this month. Apparently, that's what I heard. I don't know if that's true. The 10th
Trust
of this
me,
month. But the actual case, 115 charges, you're right.
Yeah, you're not going to take this over. And
it's not going to be.
So it would take a while. But listen, we'll see. We'll go ahead and see what happens with Man City. But all I'm saying is I'm thankful it was Liverpool in that Champions League final, not Man City. Thank God. God. But let's go ahead and move on to the next piece of news I want to talk about. It's about VAR. I've got a couple of things I want to say about this as well. Premier League clubs have voted 19-1 in favour of keeping VAR. Wolves were the only club to back their motion. Now, I'll quickly give my say, and if you fellas want to go for it, you're more than welcome to. Big up to everyone who is in the chat, by the way. Do smash a like. We've got currently 45 people watching and only, I think, 22 likes. Like the stream. 30 likes. So let's get to that real quick. And, when I think of why Wolves voted against it, I mean, I can understand why they had massive problems with VAR last season. Gary O'Neill was probably one of the most fuming managers out of them all for decisions not given to him because of VAR. And rightfully so, there were some shocking decisions from them last season. But it makes me laugh how Forrest, Nuno, complained so much about it, but actually said, let's keep it. And I've got to be real and honest. I don't know why Gary O'Neill didn't vote for it. And I'm just trying to work a way around with the officials of the Premier League and just sort out how can we make this easier for everyone? How can we get everyone on board for everyone to understand? I think that's what the other 19 clubs have maybe wrapped their heads around and said, let's have a sit down, a conversation with these people, and actually see if we can make this piece of technology more efficient, more quicker as well, because these added times are just becoming ridiculous now at the end of matches. You have plus 10 added minutes. I think the most was plus 15 or something this season just gone. So it's been bad. And hopefully these clubs can sit down now, discuss, what's going on. Can they make it easier for everyone to, be more in favour of VAR? Let there be less interruptions during games as well. Let the decisions be sorted out quicker. And the one thing I do want to say is with Wolves, if their motion was to say, I want to get rid of it, I guarantee you in 2 weeks' time, if it was gone and they got given the opposition got given a goal for a clear as day offside, they'd be the ones going back and saying we need it back. So I think it's very fair, in my opinion, that it stays. It needs to be tweaked 100%. There are definitely some massive errors to it, and I think, not to be disrespectful, I think, in my opinion, some of the people that work on it needs to be replaced. Got to be brutally honest, in my opinion. I think some of the people that work on it aren't the best, in my opinion, but hearsay, I could be wrong. But I'm happy it's staying, but it needs tweaking. I think some of the stuff where it comes to you're adding on 10 minutes into 90 minutes, it's like, come on now. I know we took a long time to sort something out earlier on in the match, but dare I say, stop the clock totally until it's fixed. But then again, that can people then argue, well, it's been stopped for that amount of time and we didn't get given 5 minutes added time more because it was stopped and all this kind of stuff. So it will never go anyone's way, but I'm happy it's staying. Any of you guys want to flow on this about this whole thing?
I want to say for Saw 89, he's spot on. The problem is the implementation. I don't know how Italy, Serie A, they do VAR. I don't want to say perfect, but they do it well, right? If you watch a Serie A game, right, you see in the timely fashion, it seems like the decision is the correct decision. They get it to the ref, and it seems so seamlessly. Where you watch the Premier League, it seems like communication. Liverpool, Spurs game, that controversy. Even when you listen to tapes, you can see that there's almost like a communication error. And so the implementation is the problem with VAR. Maybe they should invite some of the Serie A officials and discuss, hey, how do you guys implement VAR and pick up some tips, because the Premier League, it's been atrocious, and I think the implementation of VAR has to be better. So there has to be, not get rid of VAR, but there has to be a reform. There has to be improvements to VAR.
100%.
I think they all need to go to Pontins for training. The red coats. Yeah, I think that's what they need.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
Because or like Mahri was saying, just sack these English refs because they've all got agendas. Like I remember when the refs in the World Cup, they went to do you know what I'm saying? This Premier League was
actually
corrupt, bro.
There was actually a stat. I won't be able to find it now, but of how long it took, how long I think VAR was used in the World Cup, or like how many times games were stopped or something like that, like an accumulation of time. And it was little to none compared to I know a Premier League season is different too. It's a lot more games. I don't know what the stat was, but it was big numbers that I think it was trying to show how efficient they were in the World Cup with international referees and people working on VAR compared to England. It's chalk and cheese. So it shows that it can be done more efficiently. So sorry, carry on.
My man supports this team. My man supports that team, but it's dead. You know what I'm saying? You don't really know who's who. The problem is though, if you get too many foreign managers, if I'm talking honestly now, communication will be a thing. I think give it time, they will get better. I like the way they do it in Europe. I think it's Champions League games I'm watching when they got the computerized system. It's a lot more clear cut. These men are using crayons and doing word art, and I'm seeing the lines all squiggly. And I'm like, are you sure that's
Windows Paint as well?
I said, no, them men are jokers, bro. I said, listen, they need to do it where it's on a computer screen, like the digital thing, and it needs to be ultra clear. Is it the arm? Is it the shoulder? Is it his nose? Is it his back off? You know what I'm saying? Some man have got BBLs, man. That's Brazilian butt lifts for those who don't know. And like, I don't know. Is he offside because of his? I swear that happened with Gabriel's was offside or something mad like that. But it needs to be crystal clear when they know, all right, this is the part, and the computer has like a shield, and you see in the Champions League, if that bit's over, it's offside. If he can score with that part of his body, it's offside. Just make that super clear, and there'll be no arguments, and just keep refining it each season, because each time they make a mistake. Also, cameras in the corners as well. Like, I think obviously you lot had that madness against Newcastle, innit? Where the ball wasn't in and out and the rest of it. And so I think cameras in the corners all over the stadium, and just make it quicker, man. Just make it quicker, more efficient. But I think that will come with time. I think because it's brand new, nobody likes change. Because I remember Andrew was complaining about it. Oh, someone's halfway across the road doing the VAR.
Yeah, mate.
Yeah. so like for me, we just need clarity and efficiency and do it like the rest of Europe and go to puntings.
Yeah.
I'll go punting still.
Definitely, man. Before Estelle, this is a great comment again for Saar. Big up to you, bro. And I would love this, but I think I understand why they don't do this. For me, automated offsides and then VAR used on the big screen. Mic the ref and get the crowd in the stadium and fans at home on the journey for the big decisions. It would add atmosphere. 100% agree with you. I would love, because in rugby, if you don't know, here in I don't know whether they do it internationally, but here in the UK, they actually mic the referees. You can hear them what they're talking about. Yeah, and NFL as well. You can hear them. Why I feel like they won't do it it's a silly reason, but it's understandable, is because of the amount of abuse that referees do get, the swearing, and obviously, Sky and TNT won't want all the effing and C words and B, like all this stuff, thrown around, which I can understand, but I really agree with that point. I would love it for us to be able to hear at home while we're sitting watching commentators commentate over what's going on the VAR screen, not actually listening to what's going on in the room with VAR compared with the referees, discussing on what they're trying to look at. And yeah, I think it would be a lot more understandable for people watching at home, obviously different for people in the stadium, but for people watching at home, what's going on, seeing if they're making the correct decisions, and then actually be able to call them out on it if they've made something wrong, and then possibly replacing them. I think it's the only way we can hold people accountable nowadays and making sure they're doing their job correctly. So I wish we could do that, but I don't think they're going to do it due to the fact of the whole swearing thing. And it sounds ridiculous, but I think it might be the case. Stel, give us your rundown, mate. I know you don't really care about VAR, you say backstage, but I don't know what you said about that. But what's your thoughts on it, mate?
Yeah, I'm not really fussed about VAR. I actually thought the clubs were going to vote it out, but they've kept it in. So, I remember when this first came up, I said the clubs will look at the data, and whatever the data says to them, that's what they'll do. And what the data tells them is this: the overwhelming amount of decisions that are correct that VAR has intervened in is well over 85, I think, %, something like that.
Yeah,
I could be wrong on that. Don't quote me on that, but it's very high. It's in the 80s or 90s. So the majority of the decisions, incorrect decisions, are being fixed. So VAR 100% works. There's no doubt about it. The issue we've got is two things. One, when it is wrong, it's proper wrong. Like, it's extreme. Spurs, Liverpool, how Luiz's goal was given offside. It's insane, man. It's just insane. That's robbery. Okay, there's many moments we could talk about games this season where that's happened. Just robbery. And I think the biggest problem for me, I don't know about you guys, my biggest problem with VAR in England is this: two almost identical situations in two different games are treated differently. The result is different, and that's where I have an issue. In one game, it's not a handball. In another game, it is a handball. In football, there's no two identical situations, but there are situations that are so freaking close to being identical. What has been the deciding factor? I just feel that the people that make the final decision, they're not all on the same page. Their interpretation is different. Their interpretation is the problem. I think what Ash said about the in the UK we use Word Art or PowerPoint, whatever we use. Maybe we just email it to Conor. Conor, can you just
there you go. Yeah.
They should never have not put in the automated offside. It worked in the World Cup. Do you remember the World Cup? The Euros, we saw it. We're like, yeah, this is brilliant. We love it.
Fantastic.
You get the animation. You're like, yeah, okay. No one argues. No one complains.
Nope. It was clean. It was great.
Listen, there's no arguing. That needs to come in. And I think also that maybe when you introduce something, if you introduce it all in one hit, it's chaos. So like they brought in goal line technology, they tried it, brilliant, quick, easy, everyone gets it. If you're going to bring in VAR, bring in one bit of it. Just say, right, we're just going to bring it in for offsides. It's only going to be for offsides. Once you've got that bang on point, right, we're now going to use it for corners and throw-ins. Then you add a layer to it. And the analogy I gave is this. When you go to the airport, I love airports, right? Yeah, as you can guess.
You love your airports, don't you?
Mate, the amount of airport runs I've had to do this. When you go to the airport, years ago, they introduced self-check-in. Let's try it out. Then once it worked, let's introduce more self-check-in and let's remove some of the manual checkouts. Now everyone's used to that. Right, let's remove boarding cards. Let's just put everything on the phone. They add that. Layer. Eventually, you'll go to the airport. It'll just be robots and machine and a mobile phone. Done. But they slowly layer it. Same with the banks. They get rid of the cashiers, put a couple of self-payment systems. Have someone to help you.
I walked into a fucking shopping centre the other day. Right?
Supermarkets are the same. Supermarkets.
Yeah, I walked into a Zara the other day, right, to get some clothes, right, and the self-checkout. It's literally a mirror. Like they tell you to go there. It's like you want to go to it. They're literally saying go to the self-checkout. It's like get with the times, right? It's a mirror, like a clear mirror, like you can see yourself in it. And they've got this really faint fucking barcode in it, like this barcode that you got to push your clothes on with the price tag, and it's gonna, and they even fucking work. Yeah,
it sounds like Demolition Man all over again, bro. I'll be real. I don't know if you lot have seen that film, old school film.
That's a great movie, man.
Oh no, you should check it out, man. I know it's before your time.
Do you know what it reminds me? I think of have you guys seen the film I, Robot with Will Smith?
Yeah, okay, that's more present. Okay, yeah.
But I was going to say like. Yeah. Everyone predicts the future to be something like crazy as that, but yeah. And I watched that.
Yeah, but Conor, you see, AI is coming, right? But before AI, 20 years ago, they gave us internet, email. Then they said, right, here's a website. Then they said, right, here's apps and smartphones. Then they said, oh, you can take payments on it. Layer. They build it up. VAR's just come in, bang, taking over everything. Like, whoa, what? And I think it's just a shock to the system. I just think it's a massive shock to the system. It's too much, and you can't just whack it all in like that in one go. And it literally does everything: corners, throw-ins. Go back 2 minutes and look at that potential foul. We think
the problem is though. Still, I'm gonna throw this out here. What if they start taking over the refs? You got AI refs.
No.
AI refs. Hey, Mahri, I want to say a minute. Mahri. Hey, do I like my line?
The only thing about AR refs, can they make a judgment call on because a ref can see a play happen, and sometimes they look at the player, right, and they can determine sometimes the intent. I don't think AI can be able to see the intent of a foul or of a play.
I know. I hear you.
What are we gonna call it? IREF.
AI ref. IREF. Trust me. Listen, like the Jetsons. You know that old school. Anyway, listen. I can imagine them having like a million scenarios, and it's recorded a million scenarios that's had the similar situation. Because AI, they will scour the web and they'll find that incident that's happened where someone's given that foul and he's looked to it according to the rules, is it a foul, blah, 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 and they'll figure it out quicker than we can figure it out. And before you know it, IREF. I'm just throwing it out there. I know it doesn't matter.
So are you saying then potentially we could have
Bro, I'm telling you
iManager?
Yeah, but I'm telling you right now, yeah.
Does the tactics, does the substitutions, does the in-game management.
I don't know what they were promoting, but I remember
still. Yeah, see?
I don't know what it was, right? But I remember I saw a thing and City done this video, or someone done this video of like the future of football, right? And there were projections of the players outside on when they walk into the ground, all this kind of stuff, and all these little bits, and like Phil Foden was fucking old and shit, right? I'm telling you right now, hold on a minute, I need to get the photo.
Conor,
we're talking about all these robots and shit taking over, like this could be like the future of football, right? And it could be, you never know. Before you know it, we could have some fucking we could have some some robots being referees.
Conor, I'll tell you how it's going to be, right? I did a video on this.
This is our future referees here, our future referees and our managers. This is what they're going to be. And before we know it, they'll start killing us. That's the future. They'll start killing us. And Will Smith will protect us.
I did a show on this, right? The future of football, and I got Simon on it. You might see Simon with Top TV, Spurs fan. I'm good friends with him. And we read up a lot on crypto, Web3, and whatnot. The future of football is going to be this. You are going to sit at home if you want, and you're going to have a season ticket from your house. So you have the ones in the stadium, you have a home season ticket. And you enter the metaverse, and in the metaverse, you'll be a virtual Emirates as an Arsenal fan, Conor. You'll be in the virtual Emirates with other virtual fans. You'll be able to cheer with them, talk to them, and your season ticket will be a virtual ticket in this virtual stadium.
But it wouldn't
the game being played, and the game be, but the game be for you, me, Ash, Mahri, it won't be the same. But for the younger generation that are growing up, knowing that will be their world, and that's how it's going to go. So you'll have a season ticket in a stadium for £1,000, 1,500. Then you have the NFT season ticket that sits on a blockchain on your mobile phone that gives you access to the AI metaverse stadium, and that'll be cheaper. This is how it's going to end up going. Listen, we're a long way from it, but it's coming.
I deep this now. You see, like we talk about the coaches, the managers, whatnot. Players are already putting on VR headsets, and there's something called what's it called? I can't remember the name of it, but basically it's to help with their scanning. So they've got a virtual pitch.
Borussia Dortmund did it.
Yeah, Brandt, Julian Brandt has really bigged it up. Odegaard said he uses it as well, saying that he uses it to kind of help his scanning, and now he's improved his scanning a lot more. So these men are ready. They're ready. They're already there. And look, if you go on Instagram, some of the IG models, the best IG models at the moment, they're AI, bro. They're not even human. I'm just saying.
There you go.
Don't rule it out, guys.
Yeah. Look at that comment. Even in the virtual world, we won't win a trophy.
Hey, how did this become about us? Hey, stay on top. Hey, listen, this is a football show, guys.
Even virtually.
Football. It's not about.
Oh dear! But listen,
VR, it's not going anywhere.
It's here to stay, and I think they just got to work with the Premier League managers and just try and make it more efficient for everyone. I think that's the only way you can do it. And we've got a couple more things we want to speak about. We'll leave the England stuff to the end because I know it's a bit of Spurs. And I know some of the guys in the chat want to hear about this. We'll run through these two things real quick, but they're in the title, so we kind of have to talk about them. Obviously, Chelsea recently just got Maresca from Leicester. Just going to put it out there. I think he's going to be sacked in one season. I'm already saying that. Yep, Chelsea fans hate it on me. I think this is a very underwhelming coach. You guys can be more than free to debate me on that. I think the level that Chelsea need to be at as a club. I know a lot of people obviously hate Chelsea probably in this chat and in this panel, but I think they need better. I mean, who else is there? I mean, people could say, but Conor, who else could they have got? But I think a recently promoted manager, it doesn't feel like it's good enough. It's kind of like how companies gone to Bayern Munich. I think that's going to go down more fast than the Titanic. Real talk. I think that's going to just go sideways, and I think this is going to go sideways as well. I don't think this is the right guy to go ahead and get Chelsea winning. Maybe they can win the Europa League. I don't know, Conference League, whatever it is.
Poch was doing all right though. I thought Poch was going in an upward trajectory, and then they.
That's Chelsea for you, though, isn't it?
They're going to regret sacking Poch.
Hold on, Conor.
They're going to regret sacking
Poch. Let me fix my mascara.
You don't care, Mahri.
Because that's why I'm calling him Mascara. I'm sorry, his name is close to Mascara, so I'm gonna pronounce it as Coach Mascara for Chelsea. I said this in the morning pitch that Chelsea are the most baby spoiled impatient fan base on the planet.
It's because they've got recent success.
I mean, Poch had them on the up and up, and they sack him. Well, Mahri, he didn't have a style of play and whatsoever. And now the ones who are talking about this new manager, right? Oh, he's a descendant from Pep. We're gonna give him time. Who are you kidding? You're Chelsea. You just sacked Poch, right? Got the team coming back on the up and up. I honestly think that this second season with Poch, that they're going to do better with some additions, right? The data tells you they had the most chances. They just couldn't finish their dinner. Like, Poch had them on the up and up. Now you go back to square one with this guy, and you think Chelsea fans, the fan base, are going to be patient with this guy? Seriously? Come on, this guy's not going to last half a season. He won't last half a season.
No, I agree. I think he's very underwhelming. Stel, should have kept Poch, in your opinion, Chelsea? You're on mute, you fraud. Here we go. He's been on. How long's he been doing YouTube for? There you go.
No, there is, because I like walnuts, and when I eat walnuts, I chew a lot.
If I have one of them, I'll die. Just letting you know. But
you got an allergy?
Yeah, severe.
Hey yo, man said no. Oh, carry on. Sorry.
Of course. How old are you?
You're not allergic to these, are you?
Let me grab out a trophy and then do that. Yeah, nice one, Stel.
No, we don't like trophies.
No. Yeah, you like pre-season trophies though.
Tiger Cup. I'm not even bothered about Chelsea. I said it when Abramovich got sacked. I'm old enough to know. When I was growing up, Chelsea were nothing. They were a nothing club. They had 6-7 trophies in their cabinet. Spurs were much bigger than Chelsea, always have been. Roman come along, bought the lot, and off you went. The Chelsea you're seeing now is the real Chelsea. Take away that 20-year hallucination of Abramovich. This is the real Chelsea. This is what they were about.
Couldn't you say the same with City still?
Of course I can.
Yeah.
Of course I can. But we're talking about Chelsea. But yeah, of course you can. Say the same about PSG. When I was growing up, Marseille were the big team in France. Marseille were massive. So it's just, I hope this guy fails. I hope it goes wrong. I hope their best players leave them. I hope they get into more financial problems. I hope their fans are angry, toxic, miserable again. I can't stand Chelsea. I couldn't care less. Do I think he'll do well? Are you telling me he's better than Poch? I don't think he's better than Poch. No. Poch was I've always thought Poch is a good manager.
His CV don't say a lot. That's what I'm going to say. His CV don't say a lot. He should have said it Leicester. Well, hey,
money talks.
Oh yeah, money talks, 100%. But
yeah, but like that, you're going to jump at it, aren't you? You're not going to say like, "No, I'm here with Leicester. I'm trying to build something special." You're going to say, "Look, you want me to basically get Chelsea to the next level, put them into top 4." Well, actually, I think that's their ambition, right? To get into the top 4 and then challenge. A lot of Chelsea fans are jumping the gun, thinking that they're going to challenge next season. But I hate to break it to you guys that challenging for no top titles or honors, in my opinion. I know they were close this season. They got to the final, but that was under a different manager. This guy hasn't got the experience. I think he came from I can't remember, who was he managing? And he got completely wrong. It was like there was a team.
Palmer.
Yeah, Palmer, and I think he got sacked. He got the sack.
Literally in the space of 4 months, he got sacked.
Yeah, mad. So, but to be fair, like I haven't really.
He was at City, by the way. He was a City coach for under 23s.
Yeah, number 2, wasn't he, under Pep?
Yeah.
He's not a bad manager, right? He knows ball.
No, I'm not saying he's not a bad manager, but he's not the right guy for Chelsea.
I know that obviously they're copycatting. They're trying to copy. Everyone's trying to do Pep Regen 2, innit? Oh, Arsenal did it. Let's copy Arsenal.
Liverpool doing it.
Munich, yeah, Bayern Munich are doing it. Oh, let's do
Liverpool.
It's very in fashion to do this whole possession-based football, innit? So that's what they're going for. And I think that's the reason why they're getting rid of certain players, e.g. Conor Gallagher, because they don't think he's really a possession style player.
No.
So
not at all.
That's why I'm gonna wait and see, man. I'm not gonna rule it completely out because I know Chelsea back their manager. When they get a new manager, they like and Poch.
You say that, but Poch left because he didn't agree with a transfer policy, right? He's like, we don't see eye to eye on it. So that says to me, Chelsea aren't looking to do big things with players. Whereas this guy now, they've got him in because he'll probably accept that.
You say yes, man. They got a yes man in charge.
100%. Is that going to work for them? I don't think it will. I don't see how it works.
Do you reckon they would have gone on a more upper projection with Poch if they kept Poch for a certain 100%. Amount of years?
Well, no, actually, no, because they didn't want to back him. That's why he left. They didn't want to back him.
Talking about FFP and charges and all that.
Conor, if they backed him, 100% he would have got them.
I mean, you saw at the end of the season. If once he got cooking and probably found his best 11, as such, because there's just so many players at Chelsea. Maybe they saw him getting results and actually eventually got them into Europe.
First season at Spurs, Conor, we ended really strong that first season. We ended up fifth with Poch. And then the next couple of years, we properly cooked. And I think he would have done similar things at Chelsea. He needed a striker, 100%. And he needed probably a better option on the left flank and maybe cover for the wing backs. If he got like another 3-4 players that he wanted, I think Chelsea would have been a real problem for everyone next season. But anyway, it's not happened.
Well, I've seen he's now linked to United.
I hope they all live in pain. I couldn't care less about Chelsea.
He's now linked with United, Poch. He's linked to
United. Yeah. I see that.
No, Ten Hag staying. Ten Hag staying.
Do you think Alvarez would do well at Chelsea if they got him? Because obviously City are looking to get rid.
I mean, he'd get the goals. I think he'd be the main talisman. 100%.
This is Mahri, because Mahri is an Argentinian pro.
Oh, shit, yeah, of course, yeah.
I was watching Big Up to Hotspur Hood, and he mentioned it. Actually, Brian Daigle mentioned it. And I was driving. Literally, I jizzed in my pants when I heard Julian Alvarez, maybe Tottenham. Like,
no, let's relax now. Alvarez the top. Let's calm down now. Let's relax.
Dude, that would be a dream. I will run and get that.
No, we take Man City players too, by the way. We take Man City players.
Our ugly kits for the new season.
Jesus, time to go have a striker off their hands, mate.
Nice. Congratulations. Gonna have Alvarez on your back, yeah?
Expensive, ugly kit, and I would get Alvarez on there. Oh,
time to rise, Mahri. Time to rise. Remember?
Please don't get me excited. Don't.
Listen, Alvarez. I'll be honest with you. Yeah, I like him, but I feel like he needs that 9 in front of him. Like he looks better as a second striker, in my opinion. From what I've seen, obviously, you know more Mahri about him because you've seen him at River Plate probably. But I just see him. Man, I think Pep. I don't know. Pep likes to do this too much, where he plays players on the left, the right. I know he can play the mid, but I just feel like his output was better just behind Haaland's, and that's where you kind of run to the box, the quality, what he did against us as well.
I think he was better when Haaland was out because he was banging goals for City. What he was doing, his movement in the box, right? Holding and they were feeding him in. The type of stuff we play, Ashmatic, and maybe you could do a video on him.
Yeah,
oh my goodness, he's banging all those goals. Like he will be in the position. Think of this, right? And I'm not saying Veliz is that. Veliz had his best season in Argentina because he was at the right place at the right time. He knew to get into the box. Of course, he's not as polished as Alvarez in that sense, or quicker like Alvarez is. Can you imagine Alvarez on this team this year? Oh, we make top 4. We make top 4 easily if we have Alvarez for all those chances that we miss. Oh yeah, on our team, he's cooking. He's cooking.
I'm talking about Chelsea. To be fair, I don't think he'll come.
Oh, Chelsea? No, Chelsea. He would be good. He would be good with Poch there. Oh man, Chelsea would definitely be top 4.
Because you see, like him and Palmer, like I don't know, Palmer
Oh,
plays or I don't know, like obviously Jackson will probably still be in the front line. So I don't know if them two would link up. Jackson's a bit mad still, but yeah. What do you think? Right, what do you think?
Right, you're moving mad, bro. You're moving mad, bro. I'm not even gonna fucking read
What's
that.
going on? Professional Conor. No.
This guy's a mad man. You're moving mad. Oh dear.
Price is classic.
Yeah, listen, Chelsea. If they sign Alvarez, fuck, God forbid, that's good sign. It'll be a lot of money. Though. I think it'll be a good amount of money, but I think the Atleti rumours, that could be a good place to go. I think he'd be a main player. He'd play regular games, but whether he wants to move to the Liga, that's something. That's the main rumours at the moment, Mahri. That's the main rumours. Atleti.
I like Alvarez. I like Alvarez, but for me, I think Spurs need better. Spurs need better.
No. I'm talking about the fact that Trossard is like, Preach mentioned about Jota. We have that player like Trossard who can come on and save us in games. The amount of times Trossard got us 3 points this season, or dare I say it, won us a Community Shield. There's multiple times. So I think Alvarez is kind of like that player that you can rely on. I think that's the point of trying to make.
Did you see the World Cup and Messi hooking up Julian Alvarez?
I am not saying Trossard.
No, not you.
Where would you play Alvarez for Spurs? What position?
Drop Madison.
Honestly, I would put him up. I'll put him up in the middle.
I'm joking. I'm messing.
No, Mahri.
Oh, Mahri.
I would put him up the middle. We put a song on there. Alvarez would be great on our team.
Mahri, middle where? Striker or attacking mid?
Both. But I wouldn't be inclined to put him as striker. He can do the job. Because if you look at Argentina play when they rotate, when Martinez doesn't start, he's up the middle.
Do you know what I would have liked to have done? I don't think he's the answer, but
I don't think so either.
Yeah, I would have preferred a player like him much more than bringing Timo Werner to the club.
Oh, that's a no-brainer. What are we doing there, man?
Oh yeah, of course you would. That's like saying that's like saying that's like you going into the club and choosing the fat chick over the. I can't say that's a bit of a mess, you know what I mean? Like,
it's like you're offering me a Mercedes Benz over a
like a Toyota Yaris.
Toyota Camry or something. Yeah,
but listen, yeah, that could be a good. I mean, Tottenham won't sign. Let's be real now. Tottenham won't sign him. But if you were to, I'd be very jealous. It's good.
We're not signing that Daniel Levy.
You're signing. Who's really shit?
Evidence against Man City for this.
I'm Madrid. There you go. Have Madrid.
We're not getting anything from Man City.
Make sense.
I know it's your favourite club, guys, and I know a lot of the people in the chat will absolutely love this, but we'll talk about it very, quickly. But it's because it's relating to Chelsea United as well. About Benjamin Sesko, it's between Arsenal and Chelsea United that he wants to choose. He has the choice to choose between. Good choices, and we'll figure out his future in the coming days. I'd like to think across. I'm not even going to lie, fellas. I've got a sniff of Chelsea here. I feel like he'd go Chelsea.
You got PTSD, bro. You got PTSD because of the Mudryk deal, isn't it?
Not even fuck Mudryk, mate. I'm so glad we didn't buy that. We got.
How good is this player? Because I've seen him play.
I saw in my life, and I'm speaking for 90% of the frauds that are Arsenal fans. Right? No one knew who this geezer was until June. Real talk. I mean, April. Sorry. No one knew who he was. I didn't know who he was. No one knew who he was.
Yeah, but you can say the same about Odegaard when you signed him and Saliba.
I knew who Odegaard was because he played for us.
Did you know who Saliba was?
Not Saliba.
Exactly. Saliba.
Listen. Let me get this straight, right? It's raw talent, right? So it's young talent, raw talent. He's 20 years old, right? He's tall, which is a player we do in the tall striker.
This is what I said about Van der Ven when we signed him, Conor. And Van der Ven's turned out to be.
Yeah, I know. Listen, I'm not saying he's. Listen, I've made the point multiple times, right? I've made the point multiple times, yeah. I'll take Sesko, but I'll be very underwhelmed. I mean, for all I know, he could come into the team and score 25 goals next season, right? But in a position that Arsenal are in, we need to win the league title next season.
Nketiah says
That's like again. That's like saying a Toyota Yaris to a Mercedes Benz at this point. Like
take the Merc. Take the Merc.
Yeah, of course. Did you not hear it just said? This is what Stel does with Arsenal fans. Like, twist your words. I'm just saying the alternative to Nketiah. I've literally just said I will take him, but I'll be underwhelmed because.
But how can you be underwhelmed with Mercedes Benz?
Listen. Chill. We're trying to go for a league title next season, right? It's for all the Arsenal fans that are saying, we've progressed, even though it's the excuse to say we haven't won anything yet, because Arteta's, we've progressed everything, which we have, but we cannot progress anymore. There's no way we're finishing more points next season than we did this season. There's no way. Can't see it. So we have to win that title, right, to progress. In my opinion, Sesko isn't that player to be Arsenal's. To say if we had Sesko this season, I don't think we would have,
What striker is then for you?
I can't wait for the injury profile. He's not going to leave. Isaac. Can't wait for these comments to start.
He said he's staying. He said
I know, but money talks. Money talks at the end of the day. Money talks. And people say Osimhen, right?
If you got Isaac, that would be a...
Yeah, 100%. 100%. This is what I mean. This is the type of profile we're going to be looking at. And I said I'll take Sesko because I'm done with Eddie Nketiah and I'm done with Gabriel Jesus, so I'll take him. And it's very cheap, £50 million, by the way. Really good deal for a striker. But again, I just don't think he'll be the one to get us over the line next season.
I like him because he sounds like the Drew Hill frontman, Cisco.
Yeah. That's what I was singing earlier.
I love him to be ghost. But listen, I think. Yeah, I don't know. I hear what Conor's saying because you're having a project, man. You're having a younger.
Ashley's brain is wild. Huh? I've written Ashley's brain is wild.
What did he say?
I said the same
thing. AI coach, AI ref, Cisco.
No, I wouldn't ask for that. I said the same thing. If this says Cisco, I can hear the jokes coming and I can see the music video.
Would you actually? That's a question. Would you take Sesko, guys? At Tottenham? Would you want to sign? Forget Jimenez and all that lot. Would you sign Sesko at Tottenham?
Jimenez will be good for Arsenal as well, by the way. Jimenez looks really good. I like him.
I don't know, man. I'm listen. I will take him because I don't want Jesus up front. I don't want Nketiah up front. I want someone new. So I will take him 100%. But do I think? Because I saw a tweet the other day when we lost to Bayern in the second leg. Came out that Arsenal were saying we needed that X factor. We needed that, that Harry Kane, that Haaland, that Mbappe to get us over the line. You know what I mean? That quality striker. And if we had Sesko in that 11 on the day, again, by not even seeing that much, so I'm not judging him saying he's a shit player, but from the profile that we're looking at here, young, he's only played a season in the Bundesliga. Before that, he was at Salzburg in Austria. It's not the CV you want for a player to go into a team where you're trying to win a league title. Just saying.
I think Arteta likes them young. That's what it is.
Of course he does. And then why are you making that sound mad again? Why are you making that sound so mad?
Because Havertz, he loves Havertz. And I think this
gives me Højlund vibes. This gives me Højlund vibes.
Definitely, 500%. He's copying like his boy, innit? Copy and paste. But I just think with him, he would integrate him. Like he would kind of lead him in, you know what I'm saying? Rotate.
We don't need that, Ash. We need someone who will go straight.
I know that. I'm just thinking how Lego head is thinking. I don't know. Like, you don't need it. It's your guy. I don't know. Like, to me, that's how I think Arteta thinks. He thinks a bit like, I'm thinking different. I think I can develop him further. He's got the attributes.
This is why we get held back so much as a club. What you said right there.
I think they look at the profile of the player. Will he fit in? Is he a good guy? Will he like blend in with Saka and the man them? Do you know what I'm saying? So I just think that's what it is. I think he is very technical. Yeah, I agree. I think he's got like attributes where, he's got a high ceiling. And let's face it, the striker market right now is
it's limited. Yeah, it's limited.
Yeah.
I'll be real.
You're going to have to take a risk.
Of course you are going to have to. 100%.
Unless you break the bank and sign.
Something stupid. Yeah.
But his height, he's got the height.
He does. He's physical as well. He's quite physical.
He's actually good, like at dribbling as well. He's actually good at dribbling.
He's calm on the ball. I've seen clips of him. He's calm on the ball as well.
Yeah, exactly. So his finishing hits I would say this. He hits corners. I like strikers that can hit the corners. So for me, it's not the end of the world. It's not a bad striker.
No, not at all. No, not at all.
He's definitely like. There's a reason why. Like, it's always a good sign when you see the top teams chasing after a player.
Yeah, I'd be worried if it was only us going in for him. We'd be like, right, it's a young. Why are we the only team really going in for him? But the fact that Chelsea United both want him gives me a little bit of hope, I guess.
Listen, United wanted Timo back last year in January, so don't.
And they got Hoyland as well, and he hasn't really kicked him as well. So
all I'm gonna say is when August rolls around, the host for AFTV, the tall one, was making those cheesy videos.
Cecil. Cecil.
I can guarantee you, if you guys sign Cesco, he's gonna make a music video.
Of course he is.
Let's go. Let me see them goals. Them goals. I'm telling you, he's gonna make a cheesy song about this guy.
Listen, I understand it. I mean, the Thomas Partey one will go down in history. That fucking music video for Thomas Partey. With Robbie doing the most stiff turn you could probably do in his whole fucking life. Literally, he moves like this around the fucking corner, look like that. That's what he's doing.
The need that he.
They were fucking Thomas Partey, that fucking one. Oh,
let's go. He doesn't start. Did he start for RB? I swear,
yeah, he was one of the main guys, and that's the other thing. Actually, he was playing in a 4-4-2. He was next to a Pender. Will he fit in Arsenal?
I know a Pender because he scored against.
Oh yeah, he's fantastic. He's great.
Honestly, when I look at forwards, I really am impressed with in terms of a player that I see playing Premier League football. Honestly, Jimenez, I'm shocked no one's got in all out to get him.
He's Feyenoord, isn't he? Still, right? Feyenoord,
right? Yeah, listen, his first touch, whether it's chest, thigh, toe, inside foot, outside of the boot, his first touch is such an intelligent touch to pull away from a player in all sorts of body shape positions, different places geographically on the pitch. Ash was doing a video the other day, and I thought, let me just go on YouTube, have a look. It reminded me of Berbatov, that first touch that just, right, I've bought myself 2-3 seconds here. He's such an intelligent player. His finishing isn't wow, but it's good.
23 years of age as well. He's very young. Very young.
Mate, his physicality, he's powerful as well.
Does he want to waste his career at Tottenham, though?
I don't think he's another Vincent Janssen. I think he's a different level to Vincent Janssen.
I like him because you know how Spurs play. Spurs do this thing where we do the ball across the box. You know what I'm saying? And strikers like to get on the end of it. He's one of those strikers that can get the far post finish as well. But then, like as Stel was saying, because his first touch is really good, he's bashing his own chances by his first touch. Do you know what I'm saying? And then he's got that half turn, like a man. Half turn, like a. But yeah, he's got a turn. He can turn, bro. He can turn. But it is because he's not fast and quick. Man, them are trying to jump on him. But when your touch is that good and you've got strength, as Stel was saying, that can buy you a couple yards.
Teddy Sheringham wasn't fast, but his brain was good. As long as his brain's good, and his first touch is his brain thinking 2-3 seconds ahead. Before the ball comes to him, his brain's already mapped out what comes next. For me, I don't see why Arsenal shouldn't be in for him. I don't see why Chelsea shouldn't be in for him. I don't see why Spurs shouldn't be in for him. I think a lot of Premier League clubs, a lot of the big six should be looking at him. In my view,
I think because they love the running in behind and all that type of, they might want that type of striker that runs the channels. Because I think with Seshko, he can do that. He can run the channels a bit. Do you know what I'm saying? And he can play off the left or off the right. Do you know what I mean? So he's got that kind of.
He's consistent. Feyenoord has 2 seasons, 23 goals, 26. Looks like a good player, fellas. So you could have someone in your hands here that could do.
His last 2 seasons, he's been all right. He's been on an upward trajectory. So
you guys should be. And do you know what? You're good about him. He can play across the front three as well. Obviously, he's better in the middle, but he can play left and right if he has to.
Yeah.
There's a bit of versatility to his I'm surprised you're not in for him, because if Spurs and Arsenal were in for him, he's going Arsenal all day long.
I think Arsenal are in for him, but we just don't know.
I don't know. I think he's.
I remember when he was at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium and he was watching Tottenham versus Arsenal. I'm like, who are you here for? Are you here to watch the Tottenham? Are you here to watch Arsenal?
It's another William.
I said, right, they trying to do the Uno reversal, man, and say, oh yeah, Spurs are in for him, and all of a sudden he's holding up an Arsenal shirt. I've always loved Arsenal, brother. I'm calming down on these transfers, bro. You like to watch and hope.
Until we sign anyone, I'm not saying nothing.
We'll move on to the final bit of the podcast. Thanks to everyone who has tuned in, by the way. Big up to everyone who was locked in. We've got 66 people locked in right now. Please do smash a like. How many likes we're on right now? I know AJ would normally tell me, but
Smash a like, tell your friends every week, Thursday night, we will be here.
I was in Arkham. Well, hold on a minute. North London is ours. That's a thing, by the way. How's that going to weave in and out? We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out.
For now, we will be here.
We'll figure it out. Let's talk about the last thing.
That's Mahri's problem. Mahri's got to sort that.
Yeah, Mahri, you're on.
That's a
you problem, Mahri. We'll figure it. So obviously today the England team came out and obviously preach. We're not talking about it now, about the Madison stuff. And all these players have not been chosen that were in the original 33-man squad. Have now been rejected, and that's Jack Grealish, Harry Maguire due to injury, otherwise he probably would be there. James Maddison, which I'm not surprised about. I don't know why there was a big shock about it, but not surprised. This one I am surprised about. Jared Branthwaite, fucking Lewis Dunk. He's taking the
right. I saw that for Branthwaite.
But yeah, do you know what? Whatever. Southgate. James Trafford. Not surprised. He's too young. Curtis Jones.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm not a big fan of him, but I think Liverpool fans will lose their shit if I say that. And Kwanzaa too young, but he could come to the team in the future. But talking more Spurs side of thing, because it's the bigger story of it. I got the numbers wrong. For the first time since the World Cup in 2014, there'll be 0 Tottenham players representing England at a major tournament. But the first time for no Spurs players will be part of an England Euro squad since 1992 in Sweden. Fellas, the floor is yours. Maddison's not there. He was the only player called up. Obviously, Kane's no longer a part of Tottenham to sort of keep that tradition going. What are your thoughts on this? No players up for England for Tottenham to show the lack of quality in the squad, or what is it?
Let's sign Eze before the kickoff.
Can I see the squad again, Conor?
Of course you can, mate. Of course you can.
I'm here to tell you, nobody cares. Nobody cares, guys. Nobody cares.
First of all, big up to Adam Wharton, by the way. Adam Wharton's only been in the league for 5 months. He's already got himself in the squad.
No. I took pride when we had
Tomori. How's Tomori not in this squad?
That's what I mean. How's Tomori not got in the team?
I'm happy.
How's Ezri Konsa got in the fucking team? Ezri Konsa, come on now, do me a favor.
Like for me, Maddison, he needs to take it. He knows, bro. Madison would have known. He's taken it off his bio or whatever, but he would have known within himself.
Madison's been shit.
Yeah, he knew. He knows, bro. He knew.
Yeah, did you see what Mopay did on Twitter?
The 3 darts. Yeah, the 3 darts. He's a. Tell you what, he needs like a podcast or something. He needs something like to promote himself more because
he's a proper like.
Did you see the thing of him in the octagon? He was like, "I'm ready at AFT Media." He was like, "I'm ready for you." That's fucking hilarious.
Oh, is there? Yeah, there is 4 Crystal Palace players.
Yes, there's 4 of them. Yeah.
Jack Grealish should have gone for me all day.
No.
You know what? England haven't really got that many touchline wingers. Am I making sense? We've got
touchline wingers. You mean running in the corner?
Guys that can like beat their man on the outside, if that makes sense. We've got more wingers that like to run in behind, so like or wide forwards. So like Gordon, for me, he's not really a winger that is close control and he takes you on the outside and beats you.
Am I the only one here that doesn't rate Gordon?
No, I do. I do rate Gordon.
Gordon's good. Gordon's good.
I'm not his biggest fan.
I do. But I think he's the only one, apart from maybe Bowen, but Bowen was trash. I don't know what he lost.
Well, no. That's not. Well,
England game. I'm talking about the England game. I'm not talking about
game. Oh, sorry,
West Ham. For West Ham, when they play the Moyes ball, it suits him. Moyes ball, you kind of counter-attack. You need space in behind. But when you're playing these smaller nations, like if you play like an Iceland or you play a team that wants to sit off and they respect England, and Bowen's got to kind of do his thing, like and play a bit closer to the goal. I'm not completely convinced that he's that type of profile. I don't think he'll start anyway. Obviously, he's a different option to come off the bench because I think Saka, in my opinion, will start as a right wing or wide forward, whatever you want to call it. And then I think Bowen's that secondary option where he comes on and he runs in behind. But I just thought, Southgate would have gone for someone that he's trusted before because he's just gone with pure young G's. Do you know what I'm saying?
I'm just glad there's no Henderson, there's no Conor Cody, there's no Calvin Phillips.
No experience, bro. He's taken this tournament, he's taken these players, like he's done completely the opposite. So he's getting criticized for being pragmatic. And then all of a sudden,
take his boy, Harry Maguire.
Like he's literally just gone against his own ethos. And he said, look, I'm going to play Wharton. Like, I'm gonna get Maino in. Do you know what I'm saying?
Conor Gallagher as well. Yeah.
I don't know what you lot think about that. Trent in the double pivot.
I like
ain't
that.
Yeah, that's
too sure. I'm not too defensively. You like that? Do you think England have got? Look, I said the backs. Our back
Actually,
four.
don't matter.
what he's
It
gonna
doesn't
do.
What
matter.
will our team be now? What will our
He's
team
gonna have
be?
Rice and Gallagher in the midfield, and then he's gonna have Bellingham at the attacking.
No,
Foden,
I don't think.
and Saka up front. I
You
seriously.
think Bellingham should be a 10? You think Bellingham should be a 10? I don't think he should.
I'm seeing it in the preview. They have him as a 10. They have him behind Kane.
I thought they would put, because I still think Bellingham's an engine kind of player. I know him at Madrid, and Ancelotti will know way more than me. And he said he's not a midfielder. He's not a midfielder. But for England, I personally would have Rice and Bellingham there and have Foden cooking the 10, because I thought Foden has been our best player in terms of being that attacking mid. I don't know. What do you lot think? Because that's how I see it.
Do you know what I like about this? Though we've got so much quality. Like, I genuinely believe, maybe bar France, I think we've got the best quality that we're bringing to the Euros.
I agree.
I don't know,
There's
man.
such good quality in this team.
Backs.
And I'm more curious about this back. The thing I'm worried about the most is this choice of defenders, fellas. I've got to keep it real.
That's what I'm saying. That's how we, bro. That's why I can't be confident, because if you look at who's say the back four, the starting back four. Who's our starting back four?
I'd say it's Walker. It's going to be
On the right. Walker on the right.
Now it
Stones
depends.
at
Yeah,
back.
Walk on the right. Stones in the middle. I think it's going to be Gehi in next to him. It's not going to be Dunk. If it's Dunk, you're a dickhead. It's not going to be Gomez. I doubt it'd be Konza. And then the left back will either be Shaw or Trippier. Either one. Maybe Shaw.
I'm convinced about that back line.
It sounds, but that's the thing. The only difference was Maguire.
It's a bit iffy. I'll be honest with you. Like, that doesn't, like, everything else. It can kind of work. You can kind of move around. Kobe Maino, I think he's ready. From what I've seen,
I agree. Adam Wharton's a bit of a mad one.
Obviously, I do rate him. I've looked at him properly for a minute, even before he went to make the step up to Palace. But
yeah,
but when young, he's a youngin. So it's no experience. What you would have brought at least one guy that's got experience. Because tournament football is different to league football. League football, you're playing 38 games. Tournament football is more moments. In my opinion, you need players that can just, you know what I'm saying, turn up at the big occasion and perform. And I'm looking at some of the young guys. If, for example, I don't know, Rice and you said what? Rice and Arnold, Trent, yeah, in the double pivot.
True. I mean, I'm not for it, but I'd rather have him there than at right back.
But supposing we're 1-0 down and it's not working, do you then say, all right, I'm going to take Trent off and I'm going to bring Kobe Maino on to change the game, or I'm going to put Adam Wharton on to change the game? I'm not too sure, guys. I'm being real.
Yeah, it's a question.
Like, wingers as well. I'm like, all right, who's starting on the left for you? Is it Gordon? No, you said you don't rate Gordon. So who's on your left?
If I had a front three, it'd be Kane. It'd be between. No, if I have to, just give my 11. Screw it, I'll give my 11. I put Jordan Pickford obviously in the back in the six. Walker, Stones, Gehi, and I don't really mind between Trippier and Luke Shaw. Probably Luke Shaw, I guess. I'd have a midfield of Rice.
Can I stop you on that? Because Luke Shaw, I don't know why they didn't bring that, because Luke Shaw was injured, no? So with that same energy, why didn't they not bring Reece James? Because he was injured too.
Yeah, Reece James, yeah.
They left Reece James, do you know what I'm saying?
They
said, oh, Trent, you're now a midfielder, even though he plays, does he really play midfield for Liverpool like that? I just
He's played there a couple times, but nothing crazy. I don't think anything crazy. Because Conor Bradley was at right back for a bit, and then he went to the midfield.
I think they looked a bit, I don't know, Liverpool looked a bit iffy in the midfield when he was there, bro. I'll be real to you. I think that was the side, like, because Trent doesn't really defend or protect like that. He don't really.
It could work. Honestly, it could work. I'd personally go for
that midfield. Looks light. That midfield looks very light.
But then again, you could put Bellingham there. You could put Foden. You could put Eze in there. You know, there's options. I mean, I'd personally have a midfield of Trent, Rice, and Bellingham. And I'd have, listen, I know people question it because he's not always on the left, but I'd have a forward line of Saka,
Saka on the left. Saka on the left.
Right. Foden on the left. Harry Kane in the middle.
But you don't rate Gordon, so why would you put Gordon on the left? Oh, because that's what we've got.
Foden on the left. Oh,
you put Foden on the left. Okay,
Foden on the left. Which people go against. People prefer him in a 10, but I'd rather have Bellingham in a 10.
I would put Gallagher with Rice. Have two engines in there.
Yeah, you could do. I think Gallagher's more of a bench player though. Like a
when Gallagher was playing for Chelsea and he played next to Enzo, I don't think he really worked well in that double pivot. Or when he played with Casado, I think that's when Chelsea were poor. I think when they moved Gallagher higher up the pitch, and it was a box midfield where they had they made one of the fullbacks invert. So they made what's his face, Cucurella invert with Casado. That allowed Gallagher freedom to push up a bit like what Rice did with you lot. And I felt like Gallagher's more effective higher up the pitch. As a defensive midfielder or a double pivot, I don't think he progresses the ball well. I don't think he's got that tech. You see what I'm trying to say? Because in that first half, when we were playing on, was it Tuesday or Monday? Sorry, Monday. Yeah, Monday. He looked lost, bro. He couldn't take the ball off the centre backs. He couldn't take the ball off the fullbacks. He ain't got that half turn in him. He ain't got that. He's not that type of English player. You see, like a Maino or a Wharton, you see, they're more of a controller. Even Curtis Jones is more of a controller than a Gallagher. I don't know if I'm profiling the players wrong.
No, not at all. No. You are spot on. I mean, listen,
it's saying Mahri with Gallagher being an up and down engine, blah, blah, blah. But I don't think England play like that, like where we're front footed and we're pressing and we're hurrying. This is Southgate, bro. Southgate don't do that, my G. You're thinking about Man City or you're thinking about Asbel.
He's taking a big risk here. He's taking a really big risk here. But listen, if it works out, it works out, and you've got to respect it. But I mean, some players. I mean, I really want to see tomorrow in an England shirt, but beggars can be choosers, eh?
He needs to go to his homeland, bro. He needs to forget England. Bro.
Yeah. I agree with that. I highly agree with that. But hey, maybe if that's like it was a manager, but I want to talk more about this before we go and get out of here because I know you boys at Tottenham. You surprised by this? Is it like are you just lacking the English quality in Tottenham's team? What are you thinking about this, guys? This stat here. Any thoughts?
For a club that keeps banging on about we've got to sign this player, we've got to do this with that player for the homegrown quota. where are these homegrown quota players?
Do you find it a bit embarrassing? You know, you're meant to be part of the big six.
I'm not embarrassed.
No players from your home nation going to
not winning trophies is embarrassing.
Yeah, there's that as well.
I think it's a bit embarrassing because we had Trippier, Eric Dyer, Harry Kane.
Oh yeah, I just realised now Eric Dyer's been picked out of this. Yeah, I just realised that. Shit, yeah.
For that World Cup run, was Dele Alli on that team?
Carl Walker.
Yeah, Carl Walker, yeah. That was before. No, he was at City at that point.
Yeah, he was at that point when we played Croatia, and I was just like, yeah.
Dele Alli. Was Harry Winks there at one point as well? Harry Winks was there?
He had a go.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, he was there at one point, but I don't think he was on that World Cup team.
Dele Alli used to be in the team.
Yeah, Dele Alli, yeah, we said that. Yeah,
he was on the team.
Yes, you have players. Yeah, you were relying on Kane.
And he rose. He had a run.
Yeah. So, and now you're left with none.
Listen, big deal. Big deal. Like Arsenal have got how many? One,
two.
Who's the two? Saka.
Yeah. I think. Look, I'll be honest. I think Ben White should have gone. I'll be real. I think Ben White would have a bit more cover defensively. I'm not gonna lie to you, but I'm a Tottenham fan. I'm saying it with my whole chest. I think Ben White. I'm taking my Spurs hat off, and I think, bro. But obviously, what
was that? Ben White's better than Porro. Yeah, I agree. Well, Ben White's better than Porro. Did you say?
No.
Did you say Ben White's better than Porro? Right? I swear this came out of his mouth.
One's an attacking fullback.
One's an attacking fullback. One's a defensive. Ben White goes forward too. What are you on about?
No. Okay, then Porro's better. He's got this season 5 goals, 10 assists.
I'm talking about. I'm taking my Spurs hat off, and I'm saying in the England team, right? I'm not talking about Spurs. I'm talking about in England team. Take my Spurs hat off.
Connor makes it about Spurs. That's the problem.
I can see that, but Spurs Army.
I was taking the.
I'm gonna say I think he could fill in a centre back or right back.
Right back. Yeah, stir on the pot.
He was a centre back at Brighton, no?
He was, but he was. I don't know. You probably wouldn't have seen it, Ash. But when he joined Arsenal at centre back, fuck me, that was.
They had 3.
Listen, when England win nothing again, we're not to blame.
Us.
It's going to be Arsenal's fault, United's fault, Chelsea's fault. It's all your fault.
No, it's Harry Kane's fault. He can't even go to Bayern Munich and win a trophy.
He's not a
Spurs
Spurs.
curse on him.
He's not a Spurs. They blame Bayern Munich.
It's Spurs curse, or is it the Harry Kane curse? I don't know. Is it the Harry Kane curse or the Spurs curse? I can't know.
Listen, for me, my money is on France. I think France are going to do it.
Everyone's money's on France. Be different. Go on, pick someone different.
No,
come on.
Why?
Why not Germany? I think Germany going to get to the final.
Germany, they've got the OGs, bro. They've got the old.
I think Germany will get to the final.
They've got old in them, man.
I actually think, call me crazy. I actually think England's going to pull it out. I think you're going to win it.
You're crazy. You're crazy.
Not with Southgate. This generational talent. I'm telling you.
To be fair, Ash, where did England go with last Euros?
The talent is too good.
Gareth Southgate hasn't got the minerals when it matters. He hasn't got the minerals.
Listen, I don't like Southgate, but we got to the Euro final last time. I come
and you lost. The same stick you
Pizzagate, not Southgate, Pizzagate, bro. I'm telling you.
Listen to this fraudulence, right? When Poch gets to a final and lose, bottle job. When Southgate gets to a final, look what he did. He got to the final. Look at Southgate.
I didn't say. This is what I mean. I literally just said.
You say
narratives. He got to the final before. Why can't he do it again?
Yeah, but he'll fail though because he hasn't got the minerals.
We know he doesn't have the minerals, but he's got the squad for it.
Tactically up here, if he comes up against a top manager, he's going to get cooked.
Remember Belgium? Belgium when we played them, 2024.
Yeah, no, that's true. I mean,
it was the manager, Martin.
Football's coming home. Yeah. I'm telling you, it's coming home.
Hearing this
you got Copa America, right, Marlon?
He's just coming home. He's talking about Southgate finals. Yeah. I want this clip.
Anyway, this summer you're gonna have England win the Euros. You got Love Island going on during the summer. It's Love Island.
Fuck that shit,
bro. Mahri.
Yeah,
it's like they said. It's going to rain the whole summer. Yeah.
Yeah. It's going to be the most rain we've ever had in the summer.
Yeah. Misery. That's what we're getting, bro.
The only thing coming home is England empty-handed again, because that's what they do. They're not going to do it.
And of course, not because I'm saying this, but Argentina is favored to win Copa America again, and they will win Copa America again. They was a dark horse. Uruguay?
With Richarlison up front, Brazil ain't winning it, so for sure Argentina are going to do it.
Yeah, with Jack. Yeah, Gabriel.
Do you know? If a half decent manager had this England squad, I'd actually back England. If it was a different manager, I would back England. For me, the problem isn't the players. I think England have got a group of players that are levels, like real levels. But the issue with the manager, he's just a fraud.
Yeah, I think the weakness is at the back, bro. We've got no back off. We're back.
The centre backs are poor. One injury and we're in trouble.
Trust me. Listen, I guarantee you. Yeah. What's his face on the left? He's gonna pull. Luke Shaw's gonna pull a hamstring in the first game, bro, and then wrapped. And then Trippier's gonna have to cover, and we're gonna get cooked. See that side? That's where we're gonna get trouble.
I wouldn't write Trippier off as a defensive, but.
Well, on the left back.
Why not just play Kyle Walker at right back?
Yeah, Kyle Walker will be right back. I'm saying
right back. We're talking about left back.
Oh, sorry, left side. Sorry.
You're gonna have to.
We could put Joe Gomez at left back.
Gomez actually didn't do too bad though. To be fair to him, at Liverpool, he wasn't too bad as a left back when he did the little job that he did. I think. I don't know what you lot thought, but I just think we'll get cooked down that side, bro. I think that's.
Should have taken Ryan Sessegnon,
innit? There you are.
We're definitely would have been taking back shots because listen, England have got no back, bro. We're like a convertible. I'm telling you, bro. Hatchback.
He's right. You look at the defense.
Yeah.
Stones. I rate Stones.
Do you think England has the best front line?
Injuries. All I can see. Injuries.
Do you think England has the best front line? I would say that.
Yeah, they've got an abundance of.
Oh, listen.
If you look at France, they got Mbappe, yes, but who's their striker?
Mahri.
He's old.
Mahri. Listen, hear me out. If it wasn't Southgate and he was like, you know what? We got the attackers. Let's just go for them. Let's just bum rush them. Pause. Let's just go for them. Attack. Like an Ansel. Attack.
Like Bielsa.
But he's not going to do that. He's gonna sneak up the gaff. He's gonna smell it up. I'm
Do
telling
we
you.
get out
man.
the group stage? Yeah. Do we get out the group? Do we get out the group stage?
That is true. You're right. I mean, when you guys were up 1-0 against Italy, and you put the foot off your gas, and I was like, "Oh, you guys gonna regret that." And Italy came back. I was just like, I said it. Like, you guys lost that final because of Southgate.
Hey, do you think Sancho should have gone to the World Cup? The Euros. Do you think Sancho should have come or not?
You know, I was thinking about that. I was actually thinking about that because Sancho, for this team, we talk about pace, he would have been good because you lost Raheem Sterling, you lost Rashford, right? You only got Saka. You only got Saka who can,
Mate, you're taking Eze.
Yeah, Eze.
Don't
Yeah,
be-
he's
don't be
in
such a-
the-
Eze.
I don't know. Eze on the left. I know he played on the left and he looked good. And he did it for Palace. I just think he's a 10. I'm not gonna lie to you. I think Eze.
No, I think he's a 10 as well. The only wingers that we could really do are Palmer, Saka, Foden, Gordon, Bowen. That's enough. That's 5. Come on. Sick.
Well,
Five,
where would you play Palmer? On the right or in the
Right.
10? On
Right.
the right.
Yeah.
On the
Palmer,
right.
Unless he decides to switch formation for this campaign. Because we don't know. He could play another double pivot. He could do fuck me, he's on a 3 at the back before. God save us. He doesn't do that this time. He could do that though. Stones, Walker, maybe. No, he couldn't put Luke Shaw in there. Maybe Gehi. I don't know.
And have 2 like bombing wing backs.
Yeah. Whether that's full backs or whether he's going to be cocky and go for wingers, I don't know. But
Saka, wing back, left back. Because he
could
was
do. He's played there before. I wouldn't
Remember,
trust him defensively. I wouldn't trust him defensively very well. But hey, listen, we'll have to wait and see. We'll have to wait and see it. But yeah, that's the first episode of the podcast done, fellas. Thank you everyone for tuning in. We've had about 70 people here consistently, so thank you to everyone who has tuned in. Really appreciate it. Make sure you smash the like, do subscribe as well. All our links are in the description as well. All our separate channels, mine, CMO Sports, Tottenham Away with Mahri and Stel, and obviously Spurs Kings TV with Ash. Anything coming up, fellas, for any of you free? Anything? Because I know what's happening with the Panic Room, Stel? Where's episode 2 at?
It was going to be the other day, but I didn't realize the transfer window hadn't opened, so
Fraud.
it delayed until it actually opens because it was going to be on the transfer window. So. Schoolboy error. What can I say?
Euros. I'm doing the Euros preview. I'm gonna invite some people, see what their prediction for each table group. Who's gonna finish on top? Who's gonna finish on second? And I think the third place, right? The 4 highest third place teams advance to that next round. So yeah, now I'm gonna do the Euros preview, and then the following week will be the Copa America preview and stuff, and we'll talk about basically what we talked about today: why England can't win because of Southgate, as Ashley, Ashmatic put so well, because we're just too pragmatic, and who are going to finish on top, and so it looks like it might be France.
Okay. Fair play. And yeah, listen, guys, thank you very much for tuning in. Really appreciate it. We'll try and make this a weekly thing. Well, I want it to be a weekly thing anyway, whether it's 3 of us, 4 of us, maybe even 5 of us. Marlon's here next time. So make sure you subscribe, stay locked in. And of course, make sure you smash a like. Before you leave, smash a like if you haven't already. Take care, people, and we will see you for the next one. Take care and good.